area.
It's like a glitter ball. The feel of your skin is like a liquid gold. Don't you know that you're a miracle? Oh. And I will love you come rain or shine, through hurricanes or fields of fire. I will be with you till the end of time, until the end of time. I will love you till the end of time. Oh. Smile on your face has got me mesmerized. The touch of your hand, you got me paralyzed. You are perfect in every way. Cause you are something of a masterpiece. You're all that I dream of when I fall asleep. You show me the way that I believe, the way that I believe. I will love you till the end of time. Oh. I will love you till the end of time, until the end of
Wow. Looks like you caught it right between songs there. Alright, so we did a little bit of breaking out lines last time. But this kind of input-output parsing is one of the things that lends itself actually very well to test framework type environments. Now, I had been using a very simple test environment, which I looked recently and was still not part of Elm 19. So my options are make my own test framework or actually try out Elm test a little bit. I think another thing is that this bottom position stuff is like just a little bit too low. So I may have to give that a little margin at some point. But right now, I want to actually see how Elm test works. Oh yeah, and Elm doesn't like the dark mode. They do not consider the default colors other than white. Well, or Firefox is trying to be helpful, but I think it's just if it's default color. So that's probably something I'm not doing in lots of my own projects as well. Well, the problem is setting either setting foreground without setting background is where that gets into trouble. Explorations. Oh, just test. Okay. Yeah, so actually this is where I said, this is getting a little too verbose. I think what I can do is I can write little wrapper functions that get rid of this for all the cases where we don't need it. From your terminal, node test runner, Elm community, HTML test runner, which is more what I'm used to. Although, I guess I could probably set up a build attempt. That would just be like the compile monitor. Focus on specific tests. Skip only to do. All right, so this is where, let's see, is there command line syntax for this, or do I just have to insert them into test manually? No, not you. Nope, it just says install. So I guess we could install these to make sure they're right, and then shuffle them down to test dependencies. Yep, install. And then there was Elm Community HTML test runner. Oh. Okay, so this is an old README. This is an unsupported use case right now. Unless... Well, no, that was the repo, right? Upgrading from 3.1. What are we at? Oh, yeah, that's a very old README. Holy... Okay. Do they have an issue about that? Move unused import. And file. That kind of touches Elm HTML test. Oh, incorporated into this library. Hasn't been moved over yet. So the documentation for this is test.html. Wait, test views. No, okay, that's the wrong thing. Installation guide seems wrong. Okay, that's the runner. Oh, actually, that's a possibility, isn't it? Where is... Nope. One branch. Well, how about test.runner? Running display a test. Existing runner or node or the browser. Oh yeah, that totally up-to-date README. Well, our only option for this is to install Node. And, well, the dependence on the Node module is one of the things that had kind of annoyed me about this one. Okay, and this said it depended on Elm Random. Now, it may have had to install even further things. But I guess Elm Make will complain about that. So they are forcing us to use the Node module right now. Which I guess will take over at least one of these. No target, no matching version. And the documentation continues to be wrong. Node test runner. Is this up to date? Well, which branch is this? 018 security. Can I see a tree of this? No, they don't have that in this view. Insights, I think. Okay, so master. O18 security. Fix Travis. Fix compiler. TypeScript. Okay, that is O.19, which has been merged into master. So is this the node package or is the package node test? No, Elm test at 019 Rev 3. Okay, now, using this is going to be interesting because everything else in this documentation has been wrong so far. Large real-world test seat. Let's see how they're organizing this. Elm CSS tests. So there's a tests folder. Is there anything in here that has like a little thing to run this? It has a package JSON. Directories, tests, Elm test. Just Elm test. No test found in the test directory. I can just replace these. Oh, I guess that installs the stuff. Where is... Did make a test. Okay, we did get an example. Example exposing all expectation. I don't know why we need that. Test exposing all. Fuzz. Well, I don't actually know why we need those yet. Test latest, which is kind of where we were. So maybe this part isn't wrong. But it did not give us a describe setup to work with. So in general, we are testing Twitch IRC parsing. So they go module, method, test. Oh, we do need to import expect. It's just we're not sure why we need exposing yet. So we'll start off with the basic format. This is an array. Describe. So the main thing we're doing right now is the welcome message. We'll have to refine this. And our basic test is... Well, our testing right now is breaks lines. That probably won't hold up as a useful test. And then we've got this thing in here from like the fuzzing and stuff, which I don't think I'm necessarily going to need for this. And they allow us to do value expect.equal blah blah blah. So where is IRC chat? So I guess it's messages right now. I do have a sample connection message. So this might just be messages, but we are still getting a little bit big here. Elm test is going to be very mad right now, because Everything is all kinds of broken. Yep. Oh, and we probably shouldn't call this example, huh? This is going to be... let's do a chat for now. So that means we're going to be importing... I usually do my stuff first. Module. I actually kind of don't like that. I don't want to have name collisions. Import twitch.tmi.chat. Probably exposing all on that. So we have connection message. I got sample. Actually, it's kind of hard to read the number of messages here. Oh, you know, I've had this thing sitting here ping-ponging, but also still kind of hard to read. We can always just check it. But we're not really running this right now, so we can stop bothering them. So we would want to say sample connection message. We would want to... see, I had already done a little bit of this in when we were doing last week. No, it was messages. Parser.run. Yeah, and that's what... This is why we wanted to rename that. Well, no, actually, this is probably how I'd use it normally. Chat.messages, that stuff. And... And it, no, not string length. List.length. Expect dot equal. We'll throw something out for now. Okay, so this does not auto run by itself. An argument like name. Oh, does expect? No, expect dot equal. Oh, we had some lists. Compilation failed. Chat test. Cannot find a parser import. Oh, indeed. We're probably going to have lots of little random imports. Oh, you're right. We ended up not exposing all that. List.length. Oh, it's a result. expect that equal, expect that equal. Equal, not equal, true. Can we still do operator style? Or did they remove that completely? Well, no, it's not equal to okay. Does it match okay? Well, that's where we start doing custom stuff. And that's, no, that's, I guess that's the same type as equal. So that's where we have expectation out. This is a result of, let's see, what's the order on results? Error value. To an expectation. And all that's going to do is say case result of okay, blah, true, error, blah. And this is probably where we should say no, okay, error. Oh, nope, it's error, not error. True value is a bool. Oh. So for expectation, oh, we have lowercase expect that true. Oh no, wait, this is Merry Christmas, WTF Blub. How are you today? String to bool? Oh, this is the description. Okay. Yep. I'm not sure I should need to invert that there. Okay, so probably what we should actually do here is expect dot true is okay. Right, this is a compound statement. Now, bin monitor. Watch. Oh, can you do multiple directories? Watch command. It is a ... Watching source, watching tests. Okay. So when we touch this, well, we really touch it. Oh, ew, it's not the fastest thing. There we go. Okay. So we got as far as we did. Oh, well, all we're testing is okay right now. And I think this is going to end up being a little bit of a pain, but, well, we do exposing suite describe, and then I'm going to do test of test. Test of string and an expectation to a test is going to be don't give us labels here. Is test.test name function to expectation. Oop, wrong expectation. So that I can ignore this because I don't think I'm going to be needing it. Oh no, suite is the thing we defined here. So we do need test. Cannot mix. Oh! That's an interesting little effect. So that serves the same purpose as parentheses. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I think last I looked, it's been kind of dancing around the freezing point here. I don't know if you're in an area that even gets snow in the winter. Yeah, it's a little bit below freezing today. Partly above freezing tomorrow. And then rising up. Interesting. So for having an extra line in there, we could avoid having parentheses. How did this look when I did the other? I mean, one of these actually did have Elm tests. The Twitch API had some. Oh, I did the pipeline the other way. So it all worked. So as long as you don't do the pipelining, that's fine. Of course, you could invert that. Doesn't quite give you the nice headings. Cannot find expectation. Wait. Was it running that twice before? So it appears so it does it, and then the expectation does it again. I guess this might be a case of Elm not saving a result and then just recomputing it. We definitely got this twice, though. One test. What if this does not return true? Oh man. It's running that many times, isn't it? So you're kind of forced into that lambda style. So this is our chain. Okay, so we need to build for these error messages at some point. But they kind of force you into this lambda style, because otherwise it just runs a bunch extra. Another reason I don't like these sort of... Well, I guess any test runner could take a set of tests and do whatever it wants with it. No, actually, you're fine. So we can't easily abstract this, because you cannot pass an expectation into it without getting it run multiple times. Ah, this is backwards now. Yeah, so that only runs once. So it assumes it can rerun all this stuff as many times as it wants. But since it does that, you can't like do test setup. It all has to be in this. That's kind of annoying. Anyway, all we've tested that it's okay so far. And we've got our little radiator there. I don't necessarily want it to type out what this is supposed to be equal to, because this is going to be an evolving thing. Right now, we expect it to have... some number of lines. Oh, right. This is the whole result thing. Can you take a result to a test? Not directly. So this is where we would do something like... You can map. We do have a with default. List.length. Then either need to result map again, or do that, and then do... But then I don't actually get the... Well, I guess we could print the error then. All right, so that's that case. How do I actually break that parser? Well, hopefully there'll be breaks later. This might get us back to where our test is a case, because I was doing some parsing tests in the other thing I was looking at, right? And those all turned into, yeah, case. That's essentially the same. Although you might have been able to wrap something around this. Yeah, so expect result. Which is going to take A to expectation and a result of error value and return the expectation. Actually, that's a little bit like a fancier version of this. So we've got our expect, our result. So, okay. Expect result. Debug.log error. Okay, so what this really is this is result okay. We're expecting it to be a okay, not an error. Okay, so now we can, for this, we do expect.true result error false. So this goes to result okay. Expectation. The result value. Expect result. Oh, I reused this inappropriately. All right, we're not making very big demands on it right now. We have something. There we go. So we got that. We've got, right, we had simple connection message. So all we have to say about that. So now we can start making more demands on what we're doing with our chat parser. So that's a string. So we probably want to expose message. And then start throwing some lines at that. Although, if we start doing message, That's going to change the return type of that parser. I guess this test doesn't care. We're not compiling the main app right now. We'll have to make that return that type, but so messages. Test. We want to I guess I should try and look up some actual IRC documentation about what this stuff is supposed to mean. Like, is it supposed to be bracketed by colons? Ah. IRC2. Several revised protocol documents not been widely adopted. Commands and replies. Nothing about colons. IRC specification. Space characters. Presents a prefix with a single leading ASCII colon character. There must be no gap between the colon and the prefix. The prefix is used by surveys to indicate the true origin of the message. Connection was received. Not use prefix when sending a message. It's a registered nickname. Command must either be an IRC command or a 3-digit number represented in ASCII text. Always lines of characters. IRC messages are always RFA. Well, it's been accepting without that, but maybe we should. So prefix space command params CRLF. But then it's this, like picking up with the message. Oh, params space colon trailing. Command is letter, number. So that's the command. Params is space colon. Any possibly empty sequence of octets not including null or CRLF. or any non-empty of octets not including space. The channel. So does that mean that's it's defaulting to the bot's own channel? Which, I mean, would make sense. Is that, oh, no, command params. Oh, params plural. For the welcome messages. Maybe before. So message. Prefix space. Command is, so is this like a convention that's not in the RFC? Or maybe it's something that's listed later on down. Command is a number, and then params, which is space colon. Of the parameter list, space and parameters, message framing, last parameter may be an empty string. Other parameter syntaxes are Well, maybe that's just a convention that's not. Well, there were several extended IRCs or RFCs, and they said they were not widely deployed, but Twitch could be doing whatever they want. All right, but we have proper names for some of these things. Tags, prefix, command param, additional params, yeah. Oh, so you've got direct experience. Do you have like your own IRC bot? Let's see. IRC message. Right now it's just get chomp string. Get chomp string of chomp and tell. Will that work over multiple chomps? Ah, okay. You know, I guess I should probably check. No. I might be able to get a generic-ish IRC out of this. So parser advanced is mostly like parser, except for the return types. So int float number. So this stuff might be able to use the standard parsing a little bit better. Which is actually interesting because it's a very different style of this. Another one contains changes. Oh, right. Connection message. So how about test line 1? Parser.run, chat.message. The result.ok. All we can say right now is okay. And that should actually pass. Oh, we haven't saved this yet with exposing message. Okay. So we can probably leave the test alone for a little bit. We're not really saying much of anything about it. Except our message type is going to change to, we're not sure what yet. Maybe a struct? All right, so we've got a little bit of this syntax up here. So in context is advanced. In context, succeed. So yeah, we are getting a number there, but I guess a string will be fine. Which means we could get away with a list of string for now. So parser, context problem value. For the time being, we're going to call this messages list of string. List string. So that is what? State A. Yes, they're not clear what are, I guess it's state and final result. So let's actually start with type alias. Oh, message parser. Oh no, that's A, and this is of that. Message parser of a type alias message is a list string. Type alias. This is a line. Type alias message. I'm not sure I like these terms. Equals list of line. So now we can say message parser is a parser of message. This is a, I guess that would be, that not list string. Yeah. So that would actually be list of string. Message. And your state would be a line, or your result would be a line. Those are type aliases, but it might still not like that. String, string, string. String, string, string. Well, you just type aliases, right? String, string, context error. You know what? This is getting very confusing. So context problem. Context problem. Oh, dead ends to string. Context problem. Context to string. So if that's a context, parser, string, 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 line. So do we have to say, this is the message, parsing an IRC message. Do we actually have to run a constructor over that? Even though it's an alias? Cannot find a line constructor. I guess I don't understand how... Oh, line is list string. Oh, right, because we haven't actually done the code yet. So, IRC message. We can now start doing... how does that work? Yeah, we can't easily parse a list. We want to be able to pass a function in there. Okay, so I guess we do kind of need a type for this. Is a record. What do we got? We have a prefix of string. We have, so the official protocol has a command which we'll call a string. A params, which is kind of a string. We've only seen one kind of prefix so far. Command is that. I guess params we could just parse as a string for the time being, and then worry about breaking it down farther in. So now we can say, in emulation of other styles, we can say succeed line. That's probably what I needed to do before anyway. Yeah, function of that to that. I guess I could have done a function that took just the right number of arguments, made a list out of it, but... so we have to start with... no, throw this out. It's a symbol, right? Int, float, number, symbol. Symbol, and then we want a prefix. We want to keep a prefix. All of which means I actually need to do a prefix parser. Or I should be testing a prefix parser. But we've now completely broken this. Get chomped string to line M. Line blah blah blah. Line blah 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 blah. Argument is parser C string string, but the piping a function that expects string. Oh, right, that is returning a parser. So this is not succeed. Is this map? No. String, string, line, string, string, string. Where are we getting our string again? Because that should be a string, string, line. Also, oh, you were, that's why I missed this one. Okay, now we got context problems, but string. Why? Where is our... Oh, message step is a list string. So this is our state, which is a message. Okay, we got this back to there. Now we can develop a... I guess we should test first, right? Describe prefix. We only have one prefix. So team1 at twitch.tv. Chat.prefix. This should actually be able to say expect dot. I mean, it's just going to be a pass through, but we want it to see that the format matches. Exposing message prefix. Have I started this yet? I have not started this yet. Okay, so prefix is a parser of context problem string. Prefix equals, so this is, we want to check the syntax, but we don't actually need the parts. Point. I guess we can have a function that glues everything back together. So right now, well, we are looking at domain name parser, which is kind of a list. Oh, I didn't want to. Oh, it put it in there. All right, let's, what can we remove here? Expect, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. This is just the packages. That's base documentation. That was not that useful. So we had sequence and we had loop. Start end. So that's a thing with a start and an end. I mean, I guess we could consider this colon to space. But the separator would be dot, and we get a list of them, which we would just stick back together. Loop is a state. Where at every step, if we just did a list join on the parts, is there really no way? We said the README did not have a good example, right? That's for breaking out all the parts. Are there more examples here? This is probably all going to be sort of standard language parsing stuff. So a string is a token, a loop of string help. Yep, and then they do all the parts and then do a string.join on the result. Which is kind of annoying. So we're going to have a structure like this. Oh, we defined a message parser to do some of that. Oh. Yeah, because context and problem is always the same. Okay. which actually kind of removes the need for the other types as much. Okay, so prefix. So there's going to be a so our state here was a message on both ends. No, this is of step. What is step? Yeah, so this is a list of string. Prefix step, I think that this is, let's see, state, yes. So we got our parts. So succeed. Now we actually have to consider add that to reverse parts. If we take a int float symbol is a token to clearly indicate your custom type of, okay. But keyword is what? Int float number. Parse keywords like let, case, and type. That's probably pretty close. Wait, keyword. Oh, keyword let, keyword, okay. Oh, so variable is a, first character and inner character. Reserved words. That's going to be a bad example, not going to be a good example here. Well, it's only that in math. Math isn't really going to deal with the text stuff. And the advanced has an expecting. Oh, that's for your problem. Okay. So now our succeed is to attach it to the list. So this is variable start. We didn't have a real example of this. Oh, variable. Is alpha num? That works. Or underscore. Right now we're only trying to parse Twitch. So we could almost say, well, we don't want to say not equal to dot because we also have to stop at space. Oh, so this is where we can say what is a valid prefix. So actually this simplifies the entire thing. Is alphanum inner is alphanum or a dot. We have no reserved is actually a set. Actually, that should be there. You have to be able to say set.empty. Oh, and I started doing the wrong syntax here. And in advanced land, we need to be able to say we were did not look like a domain name. Yeah. Need to pass the character. Argument, expectation string, char bool, set a, set string, char bool. Expection, one of my favorite typos today. Expectation, oh, expecting. Parsed prefix. All right, so that actually, there actually was a reasonable way to do that. So now we can do one part of that. We're also going to need to be a command, which, well, a command is exactly 3 characters. Well, so in IRC parlance, it can be any number of letters. And they define letter as not including A to Z or A to Z. Okay. Is char core? Okay. Car is upper, is lower. They don't specify is alpha. So test. Command. Test numeric. And we've got, 001. Chat.command. We're just going to leave it as a string, but we want to know that it matched. Prefix. And yes, it'll be easier just to say grab a string. What the heck do we do here? Oh, right, we copied it to do command. Parsing a command did not look like. So this was a numeric command, But this has a length requirement. So I guess we could do, just to succeed, ABC, A plus B. Now, there are numeric parsers, but I need exactly 3. With char, can I pass just a straight up Boolean? Wait, what is this? This is the README. Symbol token equals variable int float number symbol variable it doesn't have a length idea. Could chomp them. There's no thing that just says parse exactly one character of, well, no, maybe chomp. It is a parser of a function of charter pool. Chomp if so do we but that's a parser of nothing. Succeeds without chomping any characters. In this pipeline will chomp characters and produce values. But I don't know. I guess I could look at the source to see how, like, number and such gets a value. Succeed, chomp if, chomp while, var. Get chomp string, succeed. So we have to get chomp string of don't care. Right, these chomps produce no value. All right, the right argument of dot. This is a parser, cx blah, needs the right argument to be cx. I'm in base parser here. Write a problem in case the character cannot be chomped. Expecting a... oh, no, this is... We started doing numeric commands, so is... is upper, is alphanum, is digit. Expecting, for parsing a command, expecting first digit. Expecting third digit. Is a type of string of, oh, did I get this backwards? Yeah, I got it backwards. All right, we can successfully parse that. So it really, this is going to end up being like command equals numeric command. I mean, we couldn't do one of, but this should make it a little bit clearer when we do that. Chat test. I don't know what the commands are. Oh, was, 'cause there's the ping and pong. This is optional. Okay, so we get to the messages. So an example command would be ping. Which will fail. That's interesting. Output. Okay, call 0, context stack, parsing a command, expecting first digit. Yeah, so this is where we could maybe try to catch this and do more useful things, but point is test failed. Well, we want to fail the test, and we want to produce a more useful error message. So maybe we can dig into the parser testing later. But now we can do a alpha command. Parsing a numeric command, a alpha command, and this is going to look like more like variable. Actually. And this is going to be straight up is alpha. We just said letter, so actually we should expecting alpha character. And then command is also a message parser string. And that is a one of numeric command or alpha command. And we're passing. All right, so probably should have actually checkpointed after got prefix done. Yeah, commit minus m. Parser for prefix and command. So the next thing we've got is this sort of, so parameters are going to be, we probably don't have any ping messages left up. No. If they always provide that, or if there's... or if there is something else there. So params right now can be, I don't know if that means I'm in a channel name. Oh, actually, no, there's a way to prove that. Here's a way to prove that. WebSocket open. Did they consider me previously connected? Okay, there we go. So I'll have to wait to see the ping. But I can probably do... so you would essentially have to go to... Okay, so we are not in the channel. So I guess that's just user. And then we'll have to wait on that. So params are going to be a word, a colon, and then other params. Let's do test. So I don't know if that other param is supposed to be special. Oh, that's stuff that's not echoed to the user. So they're treating params as everything after the command. Although the RFC says params are a space and then a colon. So they're treating it as space and then parameters, of which they have something space and then colons. So what do we have? So the space should probably be the part of the outer message. So from welcome message, so space, params is going to be that. Oh, no, 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 no. Test welcome message. Chat dot params parsed params expect dot equal to this is basically going to be actually just I never looked back at the dev documentation if they had anything about their IRC implementation. Logging in. This is all like example using guide 1459. This is what we're looking at, right? 1459. Channel end user. So that is supposed to be user. And that's the ping parameter. That's only for connection messages so far. They show some other responses. Oh, so later on, we're going to be getting different things here with different characters. So we have to consider what's allowed in a username. This stuff. We'll get there. But we can say we could pass a parameter saying we're expecting user as a specific string. So properly speaking, oh man. I know display names can actually be quite complicated, although like some of the foreign language characters usually have a Twitch username syntax. Rename and recycling policies. Not change your username. User as reference. No, I guess we just have to learn this the hard way. Or maybe I think this is going to have to be anything that's not a space. But we now know that in the context of what we're getting here, it is a string and something. Do we care what the user is? We kind of don't, because we logged in as ourselves. This might be for things that are handling multiple users. So we would expect that to be, yeah. It doesn't even expose that value. So we have to, yeah, probably the params parser should ignore that. Let's see, we haven't done anything actually with the colons yet. Might be a little bit more like this. So this is everything. So get chomped string. Is a parser of A to a parser of parser of anything to a parser of string. So that means we want to do something like so I usually see this in the context of there. Can we what does succeed do? What is the theoretical type of that? A to a parser of A. So that's a parser of a function that we then use. Yeah, these are with the function. Oh, parser and then. Okay, yeah, that could be handy. Parser keep. Okay, so that side is a parser of function. That's a parser ignore. But to do an equals, you do need a parser of a function. This seems kind of wasteful, but parser to itself. No, not always. Of ignore, and I don't know if the precedence is going to work out here. Well, no. Actually, I don't want get chomp string, do I? I want, well, first of all, parsing. Params. Just going to be a string for now. Which is just going to be, let's see, it's going to be username and a, we can do, Actually, they already have space as. We have space as. We want exactly one space. This is essentially a variable of not space. This is actually digit, octdigit, is upper, is lower, is alphanum, is digit. Is alpha might actually be reasonable. I don't know if it's right. Inner is C not equal to space. Expecting username. Throw that out. We get a space. And then we get like anything. Oh no, no. Then we have a space, and then we have a colon. And then this was, oh, you know what? We did that up here. Get chomped string of chomp until. Actually, chomp until space might actually be the appropriate thing up there as well. Yep, until end of line. Do we say... Because you're essentially chomp until... And technically, we can even do that. Although the username should include space. Can you have multi-part symbols? I don't show examples of that. Oh, wait, advanced. Oh. It's a token. So this says we're expecting a token. A token. It's a token of no data. Versus what we had in symbol, which was the type token. You know what? This is sort of like a comment, isn't it? Describing the starting symbol. Although it might give you an error message. Oh. And we're throwing away the username. Get chomp string. All right, so this is x token x, but chomp patel needs the argument to be token x. Maybe I missed some stuff. We had type token. No, I'm back in the basic one. No, I'm not. Oh, was I in the basic one when I found the... Oh, token takes a token and produces a parser of the token? How is that different than symbol? I guess token is what we're passing to here. So token... Chomp until and then line comment. Well... Chomp until wants a... It's the first argument is a function of... Token call produces function of x to token. No, because this is... So we're kind of repeating our token there. Argument needs to be of type... Oh. Oh, is this string? It needs to be... Oh no, token takes a token and gives you a parser. So a token is a token in a string with a problem. Ooh. And then advanced symbols take tokens, which tell you what they're expecting. I guess we have to repeat that in some form or another. The sort of chomp while... Chomp if, chomp while, not space. Might make this a little bit less repetitious. Oh no, chomp. Yeah, chomp while. Okay, so chomp until takes a token. Without finding what you need. Chomp while produces parser, but needs to be parser of function. Okay, so we did that, trying to sort stuff out. Params definition. In context, succeed identity. Infix operator. Oh. Extra parenthesis. body is a parser, string, blah. Wants a string. So that produces nothing, huh? Oh, right, because comments throw it out. So we want that. We want... right, parser of token. And then we want to keep this. And then this is actually back to here. Parsing your expression. Parenthesis. This is where we got the other parenthesis, probably. Error, parsing params, looking for end of line. Right. We have end or, right? But chop until end or takes a string. Okay. Interesting that that one provides the error message and that one doesn't. All right, so in theory, we parse that. So we had, that was a bit of a bear. Param parsing. Theoretically, some message we've kind of dummied up here. This is a map. This wants to be succeed line of, well, we're going to have our prefix, we're going to have our command, and we're going to have our params. And maybe like params and commands to be put together somewhere. Prefix does not consider are these symbol takes a token, or we could just have it. What's the difference between symbol and token? Is it just I guess it's just sugar for token. Expecting message, expecting line to start with. Wait. Well, no, we're only doing welcome messages right now. We're only doing welcome messages right now. Prefix has a space after it. I could just say spaces. Command has spaces. And we have to allow, how do we say, the spaces include, well, no, we expect this to end with new line. And we need to do better testing of our result here. So chat, we had a do we actually do the connection message? Just is okay. Now we're actually expecting to equal. Okay. Line tmi.twitch.tv 001. Welcome, GL, have fun. Oh, does spaces take a parameter in advanced? String blah. Oh, I did an equals on spaces. Somewhere. Yeah. Line. Ah. Oh, and I probably haven't exposed that yet. Message. Yeah. Some message. Line. All right, that's message. That produces a line, so that should really be line. So that can be a message. I'm just going to make our chat all kinds of unhappy. Chat.line. Oh, syntax error. Message. And we have successfully parsed command params prefix. And, oh, let's checkpoint that. Test and function renames for parsing whole line. So I don't want to get into the case of pings right now, but we've got examples of them now. So here's chat. Sample connection message, sample ping message. And since that doesn't have the prefix, we expect that to fail currently. So that's why I don't want to deal with it right now. I've already pushed this a little bit later than I wanted to go. Add sample ping for later testing. All right, so now disconnect that. That's not actually doing a whole lot here. But we can go ahead and do stream credits. So that's it for now. I am going to be coming back to do some Stepmania, but that's not programming. So if you want to go, you go. But if you want to hang out, I'll be here for a little while longer. I'm just going to drop stream to change stream settings, and then I'll need a few more minutes to get water and set up the mat and all that stuff. So, yeah. If you want to stick around, see you in a few minutes, and bye-bye.